All right, what's up, guys? Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Modern Goonies podcast. I'm your host, Trevor King Minor, and this week, this is another episode of the Weekly Charles, but we're doing things a little bit differently because we have Michael on the mic with us tonight. He's doing it through FaceTime. We're going to see how this goes, but yeah, what's up, buddy? It's good to talk to you, man. Finally, after getting some of these issues resolved.
Dude, this has been a pain in the ass, but I'm glad we got everything worked out.
How long do you think we've been doing this? Like 30
Honestly,
minutes?
Yeah, 30 minutes to an hour.
Something like that, yeah, just a bunch of fucking technical difficulties. Sawyer had that as an idea for a podcast once, where it's like, it's just the technical difficulties podcast. It's just all the fuck-ups and all the time the mic's been running and everything has just not been working.
Well, we would have to have Windows computers for that.
Yeah, well, I do. We could start plugging things into the one in my room. Okay, awesome. So we have some interesting news articles that we want to talk about. All right, who wants to go first this time? So, because I know Michael's got one of his own. Do you have one or do you have multiple, Michael?
So I've got a few, but they're not anything really in-depth. They're more glancing articles.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
I mean, that's fine. I don't think we really go into too much depth anyways. I mean, last time we were talking about giraffes getting struck by lightning, and that was basically it, the gist of that, so.
All right, well.
All right, you're the guest. We'll let you go first. What you got?
Cool. So the headline of this is, "The dog was driving. British Columbia woman blames pet for crash that sent vehicle in a ditch."
Okay. So she blamed the pet. What is there any more context to that? Like what?
So the context is essentially there was a crash. A woman had her dog in the car.
Uh-huh.
The car went into a ditch, and when approached by police, the woman refused to submit to a sobriety test. So, assumedly, the woman was drunk
Drunk as
fucked
fuck.
up, and blamed the whole situation on her dog.
Yeah, no, the dog was driving. Absolutely. Okay, that's like the weird fucked up version of a dog ate my homework, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Charles, you want to go next? Or you want me to go?
You can go.
Want me to go? All right, I don't even remember the fucking news stories that I pulled up. I have one specifically I wanted to ask you guys because of your majors. All right, we got to start off with a good one here. What do we got? All right. So here's one that I got, and this is from. So this happened on the 18th. Is that today? That's today. Yep. This happened today. So according to Huffington Post, here's the headline for this one: Illegal winery busted at Alabama town sewage plant.
I saw that.
Oh, is that one of your articles, Charles?
Well, it was, I guess. Now I have two stories.
Yeah. So. Sheriff's officials say that they busted an illegal winery that was operating in a municipal sewage plant in a small town in northern Alabama. DeKalb County Sheriff said in a statement that it received an anonymous tip about an alcohol operation at a
municipal... What a snitch.
Yeah, I know, fucking asshole. At a municipal building in the town of Rainsville on Thursday. Investigators uncovered what's described as a large illegal winery inside of the Rainsville wastewater treatment plant.
Disgusting.
Photos released by investigators show glass containers, buckets, and a fermenting rack and other equipment often used by people who make wine at home. So they seized all of this alcohol. So they took what appears to be more than 100 gallons of white and red wine.
Holy shit.
That is a fucking shit ton. Yeah, so I don't know. Of all the municipal buildings that they could have used to brew their wine, why a sewage plant?
I'm almost positive because no one would think of it. I do, reading it,
You're
it doesn't
right.
sound like they were brewing it in the sewage.
No, it's
So,
just like in a sewage plant.
I mean, would you look at a sewage plant and be like, man, there's probably some, bootleggers in there?
I wouldn't look at any government building and think that they're brewing alcohol. And why is this illegal exactly? Like, is it?
It said that it's illegal to have anything over 15 gallons. I'm sure it has something to do with, you have intent to sell this, and they didn't have, a liquor making license.
Well, I think what's the funniest about this is that like the statement from the sheriff, and they're like, I want to thank the mayor for his cooperation and willingness to allow law enforcement to do our job and shut something like this down. It's like you just busted the fucking cartel or something. It's like, bro, this guy's making homemade shitty wine in a sewage plant. Like, don't be so proud about shutting this down.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Yeah. So that's interesting. All right, so I knocked off one of your stories.
I just want to like have a rebuttal there. So like the willingness to like allow law enforcement to do our job to shut something like this down. There are mayors out there that are like, nah, man, just leave it alone.
I mean, okay, honestly, if you brought this to my attention, like I'm the mayor, right? I got like city shit to run, and you come to me and you're like, yo, someone's making fucking wine in one of the government buildings. I'd be like, I don't give a fuck at all. Like, I do not give a shit.
I mean,
like,
it's not really the mayor's place to say, like, yeah, that's not illegal. Like, he didn't write the law. It's a state law.
Yeah, I know. And I'm telling you, if I was the mayor and somebody came to me with this, and I have all my other mayor bullshit that I'm dealing with, I would be like, I sincerely do not give a fuck. Let them make their shitty ass wine.
Well, what sort of mayor bullshit would you be dealing with?
I don't know, like feeding the homeless or some shit. I don't know what mayors do. Like, what does the mayor of Quinlan do? Like, he's
speed traps.
He's a what was he? He was like a history teacher.
Okay, so he might have time to supervise over this sewage wine bullshit.
I mean, I guess, but
I'm just confused. Like, why does the mayor have anything to do with the cops making a bust?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Was there a mayor? Or yeah, it's like allow us to do our job. I mean, I guess you're right. It's like, hey, don't bust this. But I wouldn't say like, hey, don't bust this. But I would be like, okay, do what you want. Like, I don't care. Punish them to the fullest extent of the law or not at all. Like, I don't give a shit.
It's just odd.
All right, so that was mine. Charles, I stole one of yours. So, wait, did you already go?
No.
No,
Okay.
I did.
All right, go ahead then. Hit us with one of your facts.
Well, the headline to this one is from Fox News. It is from Minnesota. The headline says, "Squirrel gets drunk off bad pears, teeters on railing."
I think I saw this when I was looking for shit.
The video, like, I'm not going to talk about the video too much because it's a podcast. The squirrel, like, clearly, like, eats this thing. And I don't know if it was really fermented apples or it was just rotten. Because he eats this apple and just immediately is just, like, head up into the sky, just, like, his mouth open. He's probably like, I want to die right now. Because it doesn't look like he's drunk. It just looks like he's just very uncomfortable.
Dude, that was me when that Adderall hit this morning. Like, Michael, did you see in the group chat of me talking about that?
No.
Yeah, so I'm fucking sitting there. I told Charles about this earlier today, but I was sitting there at work, and so the first time I took it, never taken Adderall before, but the first time I took it, I took like a half, and then like 45 minutes later, I took the other half because it didn't do shit, and then it like worked pretty well. So this time I was like, all right, yo, my body can handle all of it at once, so I fucking take all of it. I just take like the one hit, and so, you know, it goes to I can tell it's working. I'm getting more jittery. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And then like all of a sudden it was like fucking limitless. Like it was like, it was like everything just like zoomed out. And I was like hyper focused. And I'm like, oh, yo. And I thought about one thing that made me slightly uncomfortable. And I nearly had an anxiety attack.
Yeah,
I was like, holy shit.
I'm in the middle
Holy
of work
shit,
with a
dude.
customer, and all of a sudden I get like 2 text messages, and I see it's from Trevor. I'm like, what is this? And he's like, dude, I'm about to have an anxiety attack. What do I do? And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, so I just like got up and walked around. But anyways, I relate to the squirrel because that fucking happened to me today. Like I said, hit me and I was like, fucking just like
well,
either.
this squirrel did not look like he was hyper focused. It looked like he was like very, very like. It looked bad. I felt bad for this squirrel looking at the video.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Like this woman, her statement was, "I left old pears out for the squirrels, and apparently it fermented." Whoops.
Okay, that's pretty fucking funny though. Like,
why would you leave rotten pears out for the animals? Like,
Food is food.
well, I think
food
she
is
meant
food,
like
but,
she threw it out and like. Or she set it out maybe one day for the squirrels and had just forgotten about it. Because if I'm gonna go feed like ducks or some shit, I wouldn't remember.
no, according to this, like she saw that she had some bad pears in her fridge. She diced them up, put them in a bowl, left them outside, and the squirrel, who usually comes to the house, just went in it, sniffed at it a little bit, got a few nibbles, and just immediately was like,
I would 100% do something like that because like living in we would do shit like that all the time. Like we would just go throw like we had old food or something. We would go throw shit out for like the animals or whatever. And if a squirrel got it, like that was normal. Yeah, I could totally.
Another statement was those pears were so old. I bet they fermented. Like, what are you trying to do? Get the squirrels like?
Well, I think this is
poisoning?
more like a hindsight kind of thing. Like you throw it out there, and then the squirrel's like really fucked up, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, those were probably like the equivalent of alcohol.
She said that the squirrel came back like the next day, and it was a quote unquote a little hungover. Probably had food poisoning, saw like another dimension.
It fried its fucking brain.
This poor squirrel.
All right, Michael, you got another one?
Yeah, so as a result of Russia's, there was a punishment inflicted on Russia for its use of, I think, steroids in the Olympics over the past few years.
Okay.
And so this one is Russia can't use its name and flag at the next two Olympics.
So what is that? What does that entail? They just can't.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's like 8 years.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because the Olympics are like every 4 years, aren't they?
But
think so.
there's Summer and Winter Olympics, right?
Oh, okay.
Well,
yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
but
And
like, I'm
think
sure
it
it
just
means,
means
like, the main
two Olympic
Olympics.
ceremonies.
Okay. Yeah.
Like who? Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah,
what you
so
mean.
just the next, but still, what they can compete, but they just can't say, "Yo, I'm from Russia." Like,
So they can't have Russia only on their logos. It has to be Russia neutral team, Russia neutral athlete, displayed as prominently as the name Russia.
this doesn't even make
But-
any sense.
I am not quite sure how they're going to do it.
This is weird. What a weird punishment.
I agree. Like, why not just give
what
them
is
a hefty fine or something?
Yeah, or just be like, "Yo, you can't compete in one of these" or some shit, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, barring them from the competition.
yeah,
would
exactly.
be
But
a
why?
suitable-
Yo, you can't. You say you're from Russia? We'll fucking kill you.
So it says Russia neutral.
Yeah,
Like,
so
what's
they
the-
can only have the word Russia on their uniform if it says Russia neutral athlete or Russia neutral team.
So what if you're not neutral? Like what's the opposite of?
I am vehemently Russian.
I am adamantly a Russian.
I am so
Vehemently.
fucking Russian. Yeah.
I've never heard the emphasis of that word placed
I have never
in that way.
Yeah.
Vehemently?
vehemently.
Yeah. Vehemently.
Yeah. Neither have I. It felt weird saying it.
They're Russians. They'll probably ignore it and just be like, you know
it's
what?
like,
Whatever.
fuck
We're
it.
here.
It's like we're
Ban us.
It's fucking in Russia. Yes.
They'll probably do more steroids. Screw it.
What I
Yeah.
would like to know-
They're like, what are they gonna do?
Yeah, oh, you're gonna find us for using steroids? Yeah, we're just gonna take a shitload.
like,
Slap
what I
on the
know is,
wrist.
Yeah.
If these athletes do win, I mean, I'm assuming that's a win for Russia, but if they're designated as neutral athletes, like, what's up with that?
I mean, Russians are pretty prideful of their country. Like, I really think there's gonna be a hard time of like demanding that the athletes themselves not claim that they're Russian.
Yeah. Okay.
That's such a weird one.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to another one. So I don't know which one I want to do next. All right, yo, do I do the worst pun in history or do I talk about the biggest story of this week?
How about the worst pun?
All
that
right.
seems like right up Charles' alley.
Here we fucking go. All right, worst pun that I maybe not have ever heard because I've been around with Charles a lot and he's good at this.
Ouch.
But this is bad. So here we go. German restaurant protesters. Wait, no, I'm sorry. German restaurant protests pandemic lockdowns with stuffed pandas.
What?
So a Frankfurt restaurant is protesting the coronavirus lockdowns in Germany because apparently they've gotten like pretty strict on their lockdowns here lately. Is protesting the coronavirus lockdowns by filling tables with 100 stuffed toy pandas. Yeah, German officials.
How is this a pun?
Here we go. So we wanted to put, here's, I guess, a quote from the restaurant owner. We wanted to put some life back into our restaurant. They are Panda-mic pandas. Pandemic pandas is what they are. They're seated at the restaurant's tables and propped up at the bar. Some with bottles of, you guessed it, Corona beer.
God.
It is a silent protest as an offer to our guest. They will be keeping the lights on all day and all night as long as the lockdown lasts, so that passerbys can enjoy the display.
So we're considering this the worst pun in history.
I
know for a fact I've said worse.
They are. I don't know. This is to go to this. Okay, so to say something is one thing. To go to this link to pack 100.
Trevor, I have literally made you laugh in pain.
This is one of those things where it's about the context surrounding the joke.
Yeah.
And the joke itself.
And also what you do for the joke. Like, yes, you've had some worse puns, but you've never, like, oh, yo, I've made a bad Charles pun. Now I'm going to go stuff a restaurant with 100 fucking pandas and say this is a pandemic. Like, fucking.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say I don't follow through?
No, I'm trying to say you have never done anything
trying
this
to challenge
ludicrous.
me?
No? All right.
We live together.
We might fight in the middle of this podcast. Yeah, so this is the worst pun in history. So far, this guy's gone to pretty good lengths. There's really no other context. He's just fucking pissed off about a lockdown. So to fight back, this is what he chose to do. So yeah, there's that. Charles, you're up next.
Okay.
It's
My
lit.
what?
I said it's lit. Sorry.
It's lit. So the headline to this, and I'm going to clarify after I read this because I read the article. Mistaken for fossil, grenade explodes inside home. So I want to clarify and say it did not actually explode, but it definitely caught on fire.
Oh my God.
So where are they? They were in the UK. It was a mother and it was a mother and daughter in the UK, and they found a World War II grenade, and they brought it inside their kitchen. I don't think it actually said where they found it from. I'm assuming I don't know. There's a lot of chaos going on in World War II, probably anywhere. And she posted it to a site with archaeologists, and they said it might be something to like a reptile thing, or more likely some whale vomit. So they were. Please cut most of this out.
I will do whatever I want.
Okay. I lost where I'm supposed to be in the article. So whale vomit, and they suggested, I don't understand if this is a common practice with whale vomit, but to take a hot needle and poke it and see if a puff of white smoke comes out. And boy howdy did a puff of smoke come out, because they took this hot needle, stuck it through the fossilized grenade, and it immediately burst into flames inside the home.
Shit.
The daughter screamed, and the mother was able to grab the grenade that was engulfed in flames and throw it in the sink and throw a wet towel on top with some water and let it burn in the sink. And
oh my God.
she actually made a post about it on, I believe, Facebook. So, actually, it says on here, she picked it up from a beach, initially thinking it was a bone fossil. Talked to the archaeologist, and they said maybe it was whale vomit. Take the hot pin. She has a lot of dots in her thing, because it's probably the event leading up to this was not what she expected. ...
Thumbs down.
Where's Neil?
If you look at this thing looks nothing like a grenade at all. It looks more like, if I had to use a really crude representation, it looks like a really messed up lobster tail, like a giant lobster tail.
The funny thing is I can actually picture that
Yeah, like
from all the lobsters that I have fucking killed. So
those poor
Delicious.
lobsters.
Delicious.
I think that's pretty much it. Oh, she was explaining that apparently the fireman told her grenades have a wax around them, and when she pushed the hot pin through, she went through the wax that was clearly destroyed from all the erosion and immediately ignited it. Thank God it didn't like explode.
Yeah, no, they got incredibly fucking lucky that it didn't explode. But I think unless Michael can follow you up with something, that's the best story. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's interesting. And actually the fossilized part around the grenade is still intact. It's a little charred,
That's
but
nuts.
it's still intact.
I can't. Mommy, look at this fossil I found. Dead.
Fucking limbs.
They
everywhere.
also
Wasted.
use this can to like represent the size because it's a little bit bigger than like a can of beans. But the label on this can says Breeder Pack Cat Premium Chunks. I don't know what that is, but I thought it was very interesting when I saw
fuck?
it.
Okay.
Packed cat.
Breeder Pack Cat.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know if this is some cat food or what.
I have no idea. God damn. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Michael. For your last story, what you got?
All right, this is just a short, quote-unquote, article. Kentucky mail carrier encounters axe-wielding dog on his route.
What? All right.
There's what looks to be a black German Shepherd. So it's basically like I said, quote-unquote, article. It's a picture, a Twitter post, and then a tagline, basically. But in the picture, there is a black German Shepherd with an axe in its mouth, with a second dog to the right of it. And, I mean, the title basically says it all. Man sees dog with axe on his route to deliver mail.
I didn't picture it with like, and I don't know why, but when you first said that, I did not picture it with it in its mouth. I pictured a dog like standing straight up like a fucking human, like completely shredded, like has a 10-pack with a fucking axe in its hand. It's like, Bork! Fucking just like ready to fuck up this mailman.
Yeah, that excuse me, that is definitely one of the more odd things that I've seen on the internet today.
I don't care how good the benefits are for being a postal worker.
Yeah.
I'll quit my job immediately.
I'm out at that
like
point.
That's it. Dogs are weaponizing.
Fucking anthropomorphic dog fucking up your day with an axe.
So we're talking, you would quit at the big beefy 10-pack dog, not...
I would quit the beefy 10-pack dog. Yeah. I'd be like, fuck
so
it. I would
If that
literally,
dog looked like the kangaroo that one guy boxed, yeah, I would definitely just be like, this is over.
I'd be throwing my fucking Amazon packages at that bitch. Be like, I hope one of these things is
I'm
a
gonna
fucking
create a male
fossilized grenade, is what I
OnlyFans.
fucking hope.
Dude, just imagine if it's beefy 10-pack dog versus beefy kangaroo. Who would win? No
Well,
axe.
the one with the axe.
Yeah.
Okay, no axe.
No axe, kangaroo.
Okay.
Kangaroo, they can lean back on their tail and fucking just kick you so hard that you see stars.
But
so.
the dog has teeth. He can immediately just go to the neck.
You saw. Well, okay. Well, hang on. It's beefy 10-pack dog. Never mind. All right.
Yeah, it's beefy 10-pack
It's
dog.
beefy
We're not-
10-pack
We're
dog.
not talking about your, like,
Not the
little
dog that got
chihuahua.
fucked up in that
Yeah.
video where the guy boxed the kangaroo, which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
bad as. What? God, that was
the
fucking
amount of
hilarious.
confidence that guy had.
I don't even know. I think that guy's probably scared shitless. He's like, fuck it. I don't want my dog to die. I'm going to punch this thing in the fucking face.
The kangaroo was
Dude.
baffled.
Dude, he was there. He's like, what? Oh.
Like, did he just hit me?
Yeah. All right, Charles, you got another story?
No, you stole mine.
All right, cool. So I stole Charles's. All right. So then I will end this segment with the story of the week. All right, here we go. And this is one that we all know this one, but I actually don't know anything about it. So a man whose parents threw out his porn collection wins lawsuit against them.
Oh my goodness.
The plaintiff hopes to be awarded $75,000 for the destroyed property. $75,000 for porn. So this guy must have had some fucking collectibles or some shit in here, like the original Debbie Does Dallas kind of shit.
So
All right.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
What I think. So when I saw this on Reddit, people were saying that he did have a lot of porn, but it was mainly sex toys and other, I guess, sexual paraphernalia. And quality stuff like that does add up in price.
Yeah, that would
You
make
also
sense.
gotta account for the pain and suffering.
Yeah, the emotional trauma of being separated from your porn stash. So this is from the Huffington Post as of yesterday is when it was that they released this. So let's see what they have to say. Michigan man sued his parents for throwing out his prized pornography collection. And he now prized. It says prized. His prized pornography collection, and is now in line to collect a hefty reimbursement from them. In a ruling handed down Wednesday by the U.S. District Judge Paul Maloney, blah blah blah, whatever. This couple will have to pay their son David, who is 42 years old, as much as $75,000 for destroying the porn.
Wait. So does this guy live with his parents at 42 years old?
I don't fucking know, and I hope that this thing answers that.
Honestly, if he has a $75,000 porn collection, he probably does.
That's the best thing going for him if he fucking.
Could you imagine being the trash guys and being like, "Oh, we hit the lottery today,
yeah, it's like, holy shit! Look at all this porn."
No, I think what happened is the guy lost his job because of the pandemic, and then he had to go live with his parents for a while.
Okay, that makes it sad. Now that makes it like fucking wow, like kick me while I'm fucking down. Like the only thing I have in my life now is my $75,000 worth of porn, and my parents threw it out.
God.
Holy shit. Let's see. His parents will have until mid-February to file written submissions on the damages. In his lawsuits, he valued the property at an estimated $25,000, but his attorney told the outlet that we've asked the courts for blah, blah, whatever damages, I don't know what the fuck this is, which believed to be warranted given the destruction of the property. He added, there was a collection of often irreplaceable items and properties, such as, I don't know, the sock he's been using for 20 years. I have no fucking idea what that means. The
lawyer who took this case is like, you had me sold at $75,000.
Okay, honestly, if I was a fucking lawyer, I'd be like, all right, jackpot. I'm done with these boring ass like traffic cases. Like, I want to represent the guy who lost a shitload of porn. 20. He moved into his parents' home. So a little bit different. So he moved into his parents' home in Glen Haven on the states, blah, 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 in 2016 after he got divorced. I wonder if the porn had anything to do with that. He moved to blah blah blah. Okay, he moved to Indiana a few months later, and he discovered that he was missing 12 boxes of pornographic films and magazines. 12 boxes. Holy shit. He confessed to this. Wait, what? So I don't know who I don't know who the guy is. Paul Working might be the dad, but he confessed to destroying the collection in an email. And he said, okay, there we go. All right, yeah, it's the dad. He was like, he destroyed it, and he confessed to it in an email. He said, frankly, David, I did you a big favor by getting rid of all of this stuff, which that was reported in September 2019. So this has been an ongoing case for a fucking year, over a year. This... Yeah, so he's pissed off about this a year later when in September 2019 his dad allegedly fucking threw out all of his porn.
Some dad.
So did he throw it out or did he keep it for himself?
Who knows? In other emails, he told his son that he was shocked by many of the scenes in the collection which claimed depicted incestuous sexual relationships. Oh, okay. And then there's other fucked up shit in here. All right. So the father is claiming that some of the porn was sex with minors and animals and sexual assault and slavery. But this is coming from the guy who chunked it all out. who probably doesn't
yeah.
really like porn in the first place. So some of that's probably exaggerated. And this is also coming from Huffington Post, so you have to take this shit with a grain of salt. If that's the case, yeah, okay, you know, I would throw that out too. But I'm betting that's probably that's not accurate. Yeah, so basically he's defending it, saying this shit was fucked up. I'm throwing it out. And then he said, what he said, believe it or not, one of the reasons why I destroyed your porn was that it was for your own mental and emotional health. I would have done the same thing if I found a kilo of crack cocaine.
Man.
So the son, the guy who's all this porn got thrown out, he's denying that any of it was illegal. And I mean, if you're going to go to this length, like, you know, all these court cases and shit, I would assume that you're probably pretty confident that none of it was fucked up because, I mean, the last thing I would want if I owned illegal porn was to then bring attention to myself that I owned illegal porn. So
Yeah, for sure.
I'm betting that he probably didn't own anything too fucked up. Like, you know, he's probably got some, like, you know, some kinky shit in there, but nothing like what the dad's claiming. Because that's like an easy get off. It's like, oh yeah, I definitely threw out like $75,000 worth of porn because like half of it was like illegal, horrible, fucked up shit. And it's like, okay, well,
so the dad had to have watched it. So, you know, he probably sat down with a 6-pack of beers like, oh my God.
Well, so the thing is, 12 boxes of porn.
I wonder how big these boxes were.
He had to have meticulously gone through it all.
So that's why I'm calling bullshit on the dad's story. It's like, I don't think he sat and opened up every one of these boxes and flipped through every magazine and well, obviously he didn't plug in every fucking videotape, but it's like, you know, I don't buy that.
I bet some of it was stepbrother bullshit.
Yeah, depicting incestuous relationships. Yeah, if he got on Pornhub for 1 fucking minute, this guy would be mortified.
Oh. Step bro, what are you doing?
No, Step Tank.
Step out. What's going on, Step Tank? You stuck? Oh man. All right. Well, I guess we'll end it there. That was definitely the story of the week because that's fucking hilarious. That and then the grenade, man. The grenade. That's fucking funny. Oh no, what's happening? Oh wait, we went on so long that the outro's playing. Badass. Outros. Keep that in there. Do 2 outros. All right, yeah. So we'll end it there. That was a good ending. No, Michael, I want to thank you so much for joining us tonight. We might have you as a regular because I like this little banter that the 3 of us had. That was pretty nice.
I'm being replaced.
No,
Dude,
just we have an extra guest.
Okay.
This is your segment,
right.
Charles. You are the weekly Charles.
It's not the weekly Michael. It's not the weekly Trevor.
It's the weekly Charles.
C. Willie.
Yeah, maybe I should have done the weekly C. Willie. That would have been. Can we change the name?
You can't retroactively change the name.
We're retconning
You
it.
can.
We're retconning it.
You can just like, you know, re-upload them and have like very obscure, like crudely put in, just like where you say Charles, just see Willie.
The C. It's like I don't know what that is. Yeah, this is the weekly C. Willie.
If you re-upload the videos, the upload date will change.
Yeah.
Someone sounds like a fucking narc.
Hey man,
I feel like from now
talk to all
on,
the
you should
people
just
who look at
purposely be
upload
like,
dates.
and welcome to the weekly
C. Willie.
See Willie.
C. Willie podcast.
It's like when you're getting a voicemail, or like you get sent a voicemail, it's like, you have reached Charles.
All right. So thank you. Thank you for tuning in, Michael. Appreciate that.
It's been fun.
Yeah, thank you. Thank the audience so much for tuning in to another episode of the weekly See Willie.
We have an audience in here?
No, not really. And yeah, we will see you guys next week. We're going to try to do an actual podcast sometime in the near future because it's been about 3-4 weeks since we've done one. So we'll be keeping you guys updated for that. But thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Good night, guys.
Do we say goodbye?
No, we're good.
Oh.
It's over now.